What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Welcome to Week 9 Fantasy Football. Today we're talking about the top 30 running backs heading into the weekend. Yes, the Thursday night game is already over, or as I would like to call it, the night that Kenyon Drake said F the San Francisco 49ers run defense because he looked great. But we have some decisions to make for this weekend, and that's what this episode is all about, making those tough decisions heading into the weekend. So now, without any further ado, let's talk about the top 30 running backs for Week 9. Number 1, Dalvin Cook, Minnesota Vikings. This guy is matchup proof at this point. Doesn't really matter who he plays, even though it's a decent matchup going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Love Dalvin Cook. Got him number 1 overall. Number 2, it's Christian McCaffrey, and really this could have been 1A and 1B because Christian McCaffrey continues to play out of his mind. I have no issues with Christian McCaffrey this week, despite somewhat of a more difficult matchup going up against the Tennessee Titans. It doesn't matter who he's facing. The touchdown upside is ridiculous on a weekly basis. Number 3, Ezekiel Elliott finally starting to get going here second half of the year. Stumbled out of the gates a little bit, but that's to be expected. Why? Remember, he didn't play in the preseason. He kind of had to get acclimated there on the fly during the regular season. He's finally starting to turn it on with back-to-back 100-yard games. Got him right now, number 3. Number 4, the running back who he faces this week, it's Saquon Barkley. He ran all over the Cowboys back to beginning the season, and Saquon Barkley is still one of those guys that on a weekly basis has that very safe floor and ridiculously high ceiling. Got him at running back 4. Number 5, it's going to be Leonard Fournette going up against the Houston Texans, and Fournette's usage is out of this world right now. Not only is he out there getting 20-plus carries on average per week, but he's also overly involved in the passing game. So far, through 8 weeks, he only has 1 less reception than his career high. Love Leonard Fournette, and his safe floor got him at number 5. Number 6, it's Nick Chubb, Cleveland Browns, with a matchup going up against the Denver Broncos. Now, Nick Chubb, a lot of people are worried about the fumbling issue, and so am I. He needs to fix that, and needs to fix that quickly. However, he is the one lone bright spot in this offense. If Cleveland wants to have any chance to continue to win a game this season, that offense needs to run through Nick Chubb. The usage should be there. Got him right now, running back 6. Number 7 is Le'Veon Bell, New York Jets, and he's got that great matchup going up against the Miami Dolphins. He's already said something this week on how they need to get him the ball more. He wants more touches. Usually, squeaky wheel gets the grease. Looking for a big day, Le'Veon Bell this week. Got him at running back 7. Number 8, Aaron Jones, who is just doing nothing but scoring touchdowns these days, and he doesn't need a whole lot of touches to do it. Overly efficient at this point with a great matchup, going up against the Chargers. Got Aaron Jones all the way number 8. Number 9, Josh Jacobs, somebody who's going to see great volume as long as he can stay healthy. Now, it sounds like he's going to play and may not be limited because the touches are still going to be there, but just something to pay attention to as we go deeper into the season to see if this shoulder injury limits him anymore. Right now, got him at running back 9. Number 10, Derrick Henry, Tennessee Titans, another one of these guys getting right around 20 touches a week, and that's what we really want here at the top half of our rankings. Now, this week, he gets the Carolina Panthers, who were just destroyed last week by the San Francisco 49ers on the ground. Henry's volume is going to be there. Got him right now, running back 10. Number 11 is Jalen Samuels, Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, it just came out not that long ago that James Conner is doubtful to play. We already know that Benny Snell has been ruled out. What does that mean? We could see a ton of Jalen Samuels this week going up against the Indianapolis Colts based off of volume alone. Got him all the way up at running back 11. Number 12, Melvin Gordon, which is a lot higher than a lot of people have him. But if this team wants to find success in the Chargers, they need to get Melvin Gordon involved. If nothing else, they need to establish that run game to reopen up things for the likes of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Otherwise, this offense will struggle the rest of the season. We know no more Ken Whisenhunt calling plays. Anthony Lynn will resume play calling responsibilities. The last time he called plays, they were the number 1 rushing team in the NFL. That's back when he was with Buffalo. Look for Melvin Gordon to get more touches this week. Number 13, Marlon Mack, with a matchup going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is a difficult matchup. But right now, Marlon Mack is another one of those guys who on a weekly basis you know is going to touch the ball between 17 and 20 times a game. We want those guys in our lineup despite the matchups. Marlon Mack all the way up at 13. 14, Chris Carson, Seattle Seahawks. This may be the lowest I've ranked him here in recent weeks, and it's really due to the matchup going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have one of the best run defenses in all of football. I still think he has that safe floor. That's why I have him at 14, a high-end RB2. That ceiling may just be somewhat limited here this week due to his inability to really be involved on a weekly basis in the pass-catching game, which would really give him that higher upside. Number 15, Austin Ekeler. I mentioned it with Melvin Gordon a little bit ago. Anthony Lynn calling these plays could result in a lot more work to the running backs of the Los Angeles Chargers in a game going up against the Green Bay Packers. I like both Ekeler and Gordon this week. I have Ekeler at number 15. 16 is going to be Mark Ingram, Baltimore Ravens. Tough matchup with the New England Patriots. However, if the Patriots have looked vulnerable anywhere as of late, it's two opposing running backs. We know Baltimore loves to run the football. Mark Ingram being that goal line back and somebody who's going to see decent volume. Still have him right there as a mid RB2 at running back 16. 17, the guy in which he's playing, Sony Michel, whose usage has been through the roof. However, he's been highly inefficient with it. With the bye week right around the corner, I can see them relying a little bit more on Sony Michel because they know they're about to get a nice rest for him. Have him right here, running back 17, going up against the Ravens. Number 18, I have Jordan Howard all the way up at 18, a revenge game going up against the Chicago Bears, and Jordan Howard seems to be the leader in this backfield as far as carries go. Miles Sanders more involved in the passing game, but the bulk of the work on the ground going towards Jordan Howard against a Chicago team that has been vulnerable on the ground ever since Akeem Hicks has been injured on that defensive front. Right now, Jordan Howard, a mid running back 2 at running back 18 overall. 19 is Philip Lindsay of the Denver Broncos going up against the Cleveland Browns, and the backfield of the Broncos is really hard to figure out. Lindsay has that higher ceiling. Royce Freeman, the safer floor, but in a game like this against the Browns, I really think that Philip Lindsay is somebody who accentuates this matchup and has the higher ceiling in this game, and that's what we're looking for here. Got him right now, number 19. Number 20, old man Adrian Peterson, the guy who will just not go away. It's a very difficult matchup going up against the Buffalo Bills. However, it doesn't really seem to matter with Adrian Peterson lately. They're going to commit to the run in Washington, and whether he's healthy or not, similar to last week in a difficult matchup with the Vikings, he still went out and proved that he can go out there and produce a solid fantasy day. He may not be what he used to be, but still capable of a bye week fill-in or an injury replacement. Got Adrian Peterson at number 20. Number 21 is Jamal Williams of the Green Bay Packers. Got that matchup with the Los Angeles Chargers, a great matchup. And now these two running backs in Green Bay have proven that they can coexist and have solid fantasy days. Now, it does look like Aaron Jones is the leader in this backfield still, but Jamal Williams has that capability of stealing touchdowns and being involved all 4 quarters. For that reason alone, in a game like this, got him all the way up at running back 21. 22, Royce Freeman, just talked about him with Philip Lindsay. A little bit of a safer play maybe than Philip Lindsay, a lower ceiling but a safer floor in a matchup that's really tough to figure out going up against the Cleveland Browns. Royce Freeman has that touchdown upside if they get close to the goal line, plus he's still involved in the passing game to give him that safe floor. Got him at running back 22. 23, James White, New England Patriots, and if this was a full point PPR rankings, he would be higher, but James White is just that safety blanket for one Tom Brady. He's going to see a lot of check down passes and has that ability to score the occasional touchdown. Just due to the usage in the passing game alone, James White is a low-end running back 2 at worst on a weekly basis. Right now, have him at running back 23. 24, Shady, LaShawn McCoy of the Kansas City Chiefs. Difficult matchup going up against the Vikings. However, LaShawn McCoy is really getting the opportunity to be the lead back in this backfield. The problem is the guy keeps fumbling the ball at critical times. He needs to hang on to it. They need him to be involved in this running game to continue to be successful and take some of this pressure off of Matt Moore until Patrick Mahomes can come back. Right now, LaShawn McCoy, number 24. Devin Singletary of the Buffalo Bills. Now, he's got a matchup going up against the Washington Redskins, which is a decent matchup for him. The usage is not quite there. However, as the weeks progress, he could see more and more touches. His involvement in the passing game gives him that solid floor as a flex play here in Week 9. Got him at number 25. 26 is Miles Sanders. He may creep up this list a little bit more. Sounds like he's going to be good to go. Sounds like the shoulder may not be an injury, but it's just another injury to watch heading into the weekend. If it limits him at all, that's kind of why he's down at 26. He's definitely somebody, though, who could get close to cracking that top 20 if he could get more volume. He's not overly involved on the ground. He's very big play dependent at this point, but he is an exceptional athlete, and they're giving him opportunities to get the ball in space. Right now, though, running back 26. 27, Alexander Mattison of the Minnesota Vikings, and this may be a head-scratcher for a lot of people, but with all of the bye weeks and injuries that we're dealing with at this position right now, Alexander Mattison is somebody who's seen double-digit looks here, 2 out of the last 3 weeks in an offense that does rely on the running backs. He's a hard downhill runner, similar to Dalvin Cook. I mean, sometimes if you're really not paying attention to the game and you're kind of just watching it, they have similar running styles. Alexander Mattison is an elite talent. They got him there in case something were to happen to Dalvin Cook, and now now he's finally starting to get some touches on a weekly basis to keep Cook fresh. I don't hate Alexander Mattison this week in a matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs where he could get some opportunities. Got him all the way up at 27. 28 is David Montgomery coming off his breakout game, but with a matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles run defense, I'm not overly quick to throw him right back into my lineup and be excited about it. Very difficult matchup going up against Philadelphia. David Montgomery still a flex play, but I'm not expecting much more from him than that. Got him right now, 28. 29, Carlos Hyde. Really the only reason he's here is just due to volume. The guy's going to get you 15 plus touches, and if you're looking for a bye week fill-in, Carlos Hyde has that upside going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team in which he played for last year, and they didn't really use him. Maybe some revenge coming? Possible. Carlos Hyde at 29. 30, Mark Walton, somebody who we talked about in our waiver wire show this week that is going to get somewhere close to 15 touches on a weekly basis. Not a lot of running backs out there available on the waiver wire that is going to get touches like that weekly. Mark Walton may not be overly effective or efficient with those touches, but still, in order to score points in fantasy football, you have to touch the football. The touches are going to be there, which gives him the opportunity. Right now, that brings him up to running back 30. All right, those are my top 30 running backs here, Week 9 fantasy football. Let me know what you think down below. If you're new here to the channel, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button for me. We greatly appreciate the support over here. We're looking forward to making a solid run towards the fantasy playoffs here in the next few weeks, so make sure you stay tuned. A lot of great information coming your way. So good luck this weekend. Hopefully you guys had a great week, and we'll talk to you later.